Hey guys, all right, we are going to get started with our daily math review Monday. If you look in the first column, it says write 574 in expanded form. So expanded form is when we stretch out the number and we write it as hundreds plus tens plus ones. So for this one, we would have 500 plus 7 tens, which would be 70, plus 4, okay? The next step is to write it in word form, so we're going to spell the whole thing out. So just like we do it in class, we're gonna take it one word at a time. So we would have 5, F-I-V-E, 100, H-U-N-D-R-E-D, 70, S-E-V-E-N-T-Y, 4, F-O-U-R, 574. All right, next one, we have a word problem. It says, each day Emma makes paper origami for her friends. On the first day she made 9, the second day she made 12, and the third day she made 7. How many did she make altogether? Well, you should know that all together right there, that's a keyword for addition. So we're going to add them all up. So we like to go 2 at a time. So the first one we're going to do is 9 plus 12. You can write it like this, or you can write it vertical if that's easier, like this. 9 plus 12. All right, so 9 plus 2 is 11, carry the 1, 1 plus 1 is 2. But we're not done because this is 2 steps. So now we're looking at 21 plus 7. So 1 plus 7 is 8, and then you bring your 2 down. So their total amount of paper origami would be 28. All right. Our next problem is writing the time using AM or PM. So we always start with our shortest hand, and hopefully you guys remembered to label your clock. The outside of it is our minutes that we label by 5s. So we go all the way around. This just helps with our counting when it's time to read our clock. There we go. So we always start with our shorthand, which is our hour hand that comes first. This hour hand is between the 5 and the 6. So because it hasn't touched the 6 yet, it is going to be the 5 o'clock hour. So 5 goes here. And then the next one is our minute hand, which is the longer one, and that tells us how many minutes throughout the hour have passed. So it's pointing to the 8, meaning it has been 40 minutes. So that clock shows 5:40. Now we just have to decide if it is AM or if it is PM. So if we're eating dinner, we know that that means on a typical day, we would be home from school, already done our homework, maybe played outside a little bit. So it's happened in the afternoon, evening time. So we are going to make sure that we circle PM, because 5:40 a.m. is going to be morning time. That is close to when you were waking up when we were going to school. All right, and make sure you can see this. Scooting up a little bit. There we go. Brian is measuring string he is going to use to go fishing. So far, his string is 3 feet. He adds on 5 more feet. How long is his fishing string now? So all this is a simple addition. So he starts with 3 feet. He adds 5 more feet. This is an easy one. 3 plus 5 equals 8. There you have it. All right, look at this next one. We have to solve 18 plus 54 plus 38 plus 56. So what I like to do is we're going to solve these first 2, and then we'll keep adding on the other ones, okay? So we're going to start with 18 plus 54 like this. Hopefully you guys can see that okay. So we always start in the ones column. We have 8 plus 4. 8 plus 4 is 12. I cannot fit two numbers in the ones column, so my 2 gets to stay. My other one, which is really a 10, goes to the tens place and hangs out there. So now I have 1 plus 1, which is 2, plus 5, which makes 7. I'm not done yet because I still have to add in 38 and 56. So let's go 72, which is our answer here. We're going to bring it up to the top and we're going to add in 38. So 72 plus 38. Same thing again, starting in our ones column. 2 plus 8 is 10. My 0 stays because it's in the ones place. My 1 goes to the tens place. 1 plus 7 is 8. 8 plus 3 is 11. Because that's my last column, I can put the 11 right there. And now I have 110. So then I'm kind of running out of room, so I'm going to bring the rest over here. 110 plus 56, this is my last number. Okay, 0 plus 6, that's an easy one, 6. 1 plus 5, 6. And then I bring my 1 straight down, so my total is 166. Okay. Show one way you can make 87 cents using quarters, dimes, nickels, and pennies. So I always like to start with my biggest coin that I can use first, just because it makes it a little bit easier to count and you don't have to draw like 87 pennies. So my first coin would be a quarter. I know that 1 quarter is worth 25, 2 quarters is worth 50, 3 quarters is worth 75. I can't go 4 quarters because that would make $1 or 100 cents, but I can definitely use 3 quarters. So I'm going to draw that now. Quarter number 1, 25, quarter number 2, quarter number 3. So that makes 25, 50, 75. I'm going to 87. So my next coin, my next biggest dollar or value of coins would be dimes. 1 dime is 10 cents. 75 plus 10 would make 85. So I can use 1 dime, which would make 85 cents. And then I can't use any nickels because if I use nickels, I would be up to 90 cents, and that's way too much. So now I can use pennies. From 85 to 87 means I need 86, 87, 2 pennies. Just like that. Okay. What is 10 more than 157? If they're talking about 10 more, I'm always going to look in the tens place. So I have a 5 in the tens place. So I want to do 1 more 10. So if you remember, we're talking about 5 and we say 1 more, that means 1 more than 5 is 6. The hundreds place doesn't change and the ones place doesn't change. So we have 167. Okay. Now this last one, find the sum of 235 plus 312. I know that you guys can do 235 plus 312 like this. And if you want to do it that way, you can. But they've also given you the hundreds, tens, and ones that you can use to count. So I'm going to use those, and I'm going to always start with my hundreds. So I have 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 510, 520, 530, 540, 541, 542, 543, 544, 545, 546, 547. And a great way to check that is to go over here and solve it. 5 plus 2 equals 7. 3 plus 1 equals 4. And 2 plus 3 equals 5. 547. Hope this helps. See you tomorrow to go over Tuesdays with you.